Hi friends, welcome to this class. In this video, we are going to discuss about analysis of fats and oils, right? So we analyze fats and oils. Why we analyze that we shall see now, right? So see, here I have written the statement, just you read. Oils and fats are used as a raw material for manufacture of soaps, drying oils and other products, right? So we use these oils and fats for all these purposes. We prepare soaps, drying oils. What are drying oils? That is, we use it in paint industry. Everything that I will tell you in next video, right? So about drying oils and other products. Therefore their quality control, right, their quality control is very essential. So we see this analysis means we see the quality of fats and oils. That's the thing. So there are few parameters, right? So few parameters are there. Let me tell one by one. These are the parameters of this analysis of fats and oils. First we see this acid value. So this is one parameter, and the second parameter is saponification value. I hope you know, in chemical reaction we have studied the saponification, right? So here we see the saponification value, right? So these are the few parameters, and the third parameter is iodine value. I will explain why we use these parameters. Each parameter will have its own importance, right? That we shall see with this video, right? And the next one is rm value. What is this rm value? Let me tell you. It is by the scientist Richard Meisel value. Instead of calling all these things Richard, REIT, REICHERT, Richard Meisel value, we simply call it as RM value, right? So these are the four parameters. Now we shall see one by one parameter, right? First let us see this acid value, right? So these are very easy, simple one, you can remember. Acid value, right? So what does this acid value stands for? So let me give you the definition of it, right? So acid value you can remember like this: number of milligram of potassium hydroxide required to neutralize neutralize 1 gram of oil or fat. So this is the definition of this acid value, right? So what you learned? So here see, number of milligram of potassium hydroxide required to neutralize 1 gram of oils or fat. It can be oil or fat. I hope you can remember. Here we take this KOH in milligrams. Number of milligram of KOH required to neutralize gram 1 gram of oils and fat. So what we do is, see, always whenever we have oil or fat, I told, while extracting this we used different method like chopping, so many methods. There we use some harsh conditions, like at elevated temperature we extract. So along with oil or fat we get what fatty acid will be there, right? Because fatty acid can be, we get fatty acid from oil or fat, right? Because oil or fat hang, if I want to write it simply CH2O COR, right? So this is the formula of oil and fat, COR, again CH2O COR. In harsh condition what happens, this bond can be cleaved, this oxygen carbon bond can be cleaved here. So what we will get, we will get fatty acid here, like RCOOH, like that, three molecules, because one two three, so three molecules of fatty acid we can get, right? So along with that of oil, so this was the formula of oil, right? Oil and fat, there will be fatty acid, this is the formula of fatty acid, right? So we always calculate how much amount of fatty acid is there, right? Because fatty acid is acidic, because it is having RCOH, right? COH group, acid group is there, so it is acidic. So we calculate. So based on that value we will get acid value. It means if I have taken this 1 gram, see here, so here I have in this mixture, I have extracted oil and fat. and I want to calculate its acidic value. What I will do, I will take one like this container. To that I will take only 1 gram of oil, oil 1 gram of oil or fat, right? So now it contains only 1 gram of oil or fat, right? Then to that I will add some milligrams of KOH, milligram of KOH. So based on that, if it takes more amount of, that is, it will, if it takes more amount of KOH to neutralize this 1 gram of oil or fat, it means this 1 gram of oil or fat contain more amount of fatty acid, right? If I keep on adding but there is no neutralization reaction, it means there is no fatty acid in this oil or fat. Like that we can conclude, right? Based on that, if greater the acidic value, see here, just write greater the acidic value of oil or fat, it will tell, it means the acidic value is more, then the oil or fat is of bad quality or less quality, we can tell, right? So that we always tell that oil or fat is stale fat, stale oil or stale fat, we call stale, STALE, stale. Stale means it is of old oil or fat, because with the time, I have told, this oil and fat are there, right? With time, auto that rancification, I have told, right, they will convert into fatty acid. Greater the amount of fatty acid, then its acidic value will be more. Greater the acidic value, it means the oil and fat is very old oil and fat, it has been improved. Like that we can tell, right? So what is the important of this acidic value? I hope you got it, right? So number of milligrams of KH required to neutralize 1 gram of oil or fat. So if it is old oil or fat, then most of the fat will be, or oil will be converted to fatty acid, so it requires more number of KOH, because KOH is a base. I hope you know KOH is a base because it contains OH minus. So greater number of KOH required by the fatty acid, because fatty acid is acid. So here acid base neutralization reaction happens, right? Neutralization reaction. So this is how you should remember, right? So greater the KOH requirement, to neutralize only 1 gram of oil or fat, it means greater will be the acidic value of that, right? In this way you can remember. I hope you got it, right? So that will tell whether the oil is light, like older oil or not, right? Yeah, should I summarize it again? Right, let me summarize. So here, if I have oil or fat, with time it will convert to fatty acid, no doubt, right? So what we do to determine whether it has converted or not, we use milligram of KOH, and we take this container containing oil and fat which is converted to fatty acid. We will take only 1 gram of that, right? So we will see how many milligrams of KOH is required to neutralize 1 gram of the solution we have taken, that can be oil or fat, right? So if the milligrams of greater the milligram of KOH required, it means greater will be the greater will be the acidic value. It all means the oil or the fat container will have more amount of fatty acid. Because of that, we require more of KOH to neutralize that fatty acid. So it means the oil is impure, that is converted to fatty acid, like that we can call. So this is how we use this acidic value to see whether the oil is pure or not, whether the oil is good or not, like that we can do. And the next value, let us see the second parameter, that is my saponification value. Saponification value, I hope you know saponification reaction, chemical reaction where we have seen saponification. There what I always used to tell. So we have, this is the acid, sorry, fat, like this, CHOCOR, again CH2OCOR, right? So saponification means in basic medium like NaOH or KOH in presence of water we do this is basic hydrolysis. If we do basic hydrolysis, what we will get? The cleavage happens here, I have told, right? So what we will get? We will get this. One side we will get glycerol. This is glycerol and 3 molecules of soaps, sodium salt of acid, Na plus or K plus, like that we will get. So these are nothing but uh, sodium salt of fatty acid or potassium salt of fatty acid. Simply we call them as soaps, right? Because these are nothing but sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid, right? So these are nothing but soaps. So the process in which we do basic hydrolysis, this basic hydrolysis method is nothing but my saponification. This I have told in while explaining the chemical property, right? So let us see what is this saponification value, right? So just to note down the what note down this definition. So this saponification value is nothing but, see, the number of milligram of KOH required to neutralize, sorry, here not neutralize, here I have to saponification, bro. So to saponification value, right? So saponification value is nothing but the number of milligrams of KOH required to saponify 1 gram of, it can be fat or oil, is nothing but my saponification value, right? So what we do, this is the structure of fat or oil, I have told, right? So we take this fat or oil, so that we will take 1 gram of it, 1 gram. To that we add some milligram of KOH, right? So we will get this soaps we will get right here. So here this process is nothing but saponification, right? So for example, let me tell you, let me take, so here they have gave given us one calculation, just we calculate. See here, the question is calculate saponification value of the following ester, right? Calculate the saponification value of the following ester, and the question is like this: CH2O CO C15H31, right? CHO CO C15H31, CH2O CO C15H31, right? So saponification definition is the number of milligrams of KOH, right? Number of milligrams of KOH required to neutralize, not to saponifies this ester or the oils and soaps, right? So what we do, we calculate its weight, molecular weight. How we will calculate? We know the formula here, right? So carbon will be having 12 atomic mass, right? Hydrogen means 1, oxygen means 16, right? So all are there. So here C15H31 COOCH2, like that. Here CHOCOC. If we calculate all the molecular mass, see here I have calculated it and I got this much, 806 gram for this above all those things. And to saponify this, see how many molecules of this KOH are required? 3 molecules of KOH are required, because see here 3 bonds I have to break, 1 bond here, second bond, 3 bond, because of which I'll get 3 sodium. Here I am using potassium, right? Potassium acid, like this fatty acid I'll get, that is soap, 3 molecules. So 3 molecules of KOH are required. So potassium, see its atomic mass, if I want to calculate, potassium it is 39, hydrogen it is 1, and for oxygen it is 16. Just you uh, 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 make it addition. So 39, 16 and 1. So it is 16 here and 56. So atomic mass of KOH is 56. But here for that saponification I required 3 equivalents, right? Because three bonds are there to break. Esters means this fats and oils contain 3 esters group. So 3. So I have to multiply it into 3. 56 into 3, I'll get around 168 gram, right? So what I got, so this is the value of fatty acid. 106 gram of fatty acid, so not fatty acid, fats or oils requires 168 gram of KOH. But my saponification value, what it will tell? It is tells number of milligram of KOH required to saponifies the fat or oil. So here we want this in milligrams. So I will convert this KOH in milligrams. So 168 gram. So we know that 1 gram is nothing but 1000 milligram. So just I'll multiply into 1000. So I'll get 168,123 milligram. So this is the milligram. So number of milligrams of KOH required to saponifies fat or oils, right? So simply it becomes 168,000 milligram of KOH is required to saponifies. So divided by 806 gram of soaps, that is of fat or oil it can be, right? So this value gives me the value of saponification. So if I calculate this, I'll get around C 208.4. So this is the value of saponification. So we call it as saponification number or saponification value. All the names are same, right? I hope you got it. So you don't bother about this we always take in milligram, whereas this fats and also always we take in gram, because this saponification number or saponification value will always tell the same, right? So it is nothing but number of milligrams of this KOH required to neutralize 1 gram of 1 gram of fats and oils, right? I hope why I divided this by 106 gram, that I hope you understood it, right? So why I divided it, see, I hope I am making you confused, but nothing else. See, just saponification value. So definition you see, so it means number of milligram of KOH required to saponifies 1 gram of 1 gram of fat or oil, right? So it means 1 gram of fat or oil requires milligram of KOH divided by its molecular weight m. Can I give you the formula like that, or simply if I want to tell, see just I will tell like this: m gram of oil requires 168 gram of KOH, but I want this in milligram, so I'll just take it as 168,123 milligram of KOH, like that I'll tell, right? So for 1 gram of oil, how much I need? I need one, just a minute, just yes. So I need 168,000 divided by m gram, here it is milligram. So this will give me the saponification value. So saponification value tells for 1 gram of oil how much milligrams of KOH is required. So that is nothing but saponification value, like that you can remember, right? So in above case we saw that the molecular weight of the fat was I calculated it was 806 gram, right? And 3 equivalent of KOH I required, so 3 into 56 I got how much? 168 gram, but that I have to convert it into 168102030 milligram, right? So now to calculate for 1 gram of oil or fat, what I did, I took this thing above, 168,000 milligram of KOH required to sulfonize 806 gram of this oil or fat, and I got around 208.4. So this is the sulfonification value I told, right? So one thing you can observe, if my fat or oil is there, right, fat or oil, its molecular weight is not 806 gram, just I will increase it. So let us assume that the molecular weight of that oil or fat is, now I will tell 1680 gram. So I have increased it. So what happens for sulfonification value? Just you see. So initially I have 168,000 milligrams of KOH, because KOH 3 equivalent only I required. So for 3 equivalent I converted, I got this. Now my fat or oil, its molecular weight is increased. So let me, I have increased to 1680. So if I cancel out, see, ones are, it is hundreds. So I'll get saponification value 100, right? Initially it was 208 for 806 gram. Now I got 100 saponification value. Now again I will increase the weight of my fat. Now I'll increase it to 16800 gram. So what I'll get? Again I'll calculate saponification value, that is 168,000 milligram of KOH required to neutralize 16800 gram of fat. So now what I'll get? Just to cancel all these things. So it is 1za and it is 10za. So I'll get 10. So if you see, as I increase the molecular weight of fat from 806 to 1680 and to this, as I increase the molecular weight of this, saponification value kept on decreasing. So it was from 200 it came to 100, from 100 it came to 10. So this is how you should remember, right? So how I will increase the molecular weight of fat? Nothing, just I will do CH2O, CO is there, right? CO, here R group, here R I will take a big group. Like that, if I take a big group, its molecular weight will be increased, right? Whenever I sorry, here the bond will be not here. Whenever I increase the molecular weight of this fat and oil, you will see that its saponification value keeps on decreasing. So from that saponification value, what you can tell? You can tell the molecular weight of this fat and oil. Greater the saponification value, right? Smaller, sorry. What I have to tell? See, greater the saponification value, smaller will be the molecular weight of fat and oils, right? Or smaller the saponification value, greater will be the molecular mass or weight. So its molecular weight is high, means its saponification value will be low. Like that you can remember, right? So greater the saponification value, smaller will be the molecular weight of fat or oil. Means its chain, carbon chain is small, like that. Or smaller the saponification value, greater will be the molecular weight of fat and oil. It means carbon chain is large, because of which greater will be the molecular weight, so smaller will be the saponification value. So that is the importance of this saponification value. Once we discuss this saponification value, next let us come to the third parameter, that is nothing but iodine value, right? So what is this iodine value? So iodine value is nothing but, it is also its definition. Now I am not going to make you more trouble. See here, simply I will tell number of grams here. Till now we have discussed about milligrams, but now it is number of grams of iodine. I2 that combine to 100 gram of fat or oil. So what we do, we always take in a container, we take 100 gram of fat and oil. To that we keep on adding iodine in grams. So how much amount of iodine it will combine to this 100 gram? From that we will tell iodine value. Greater the number of iodine grams it combines, then greater will be the iodine value. Smaller the number of grams of iodine it combines, lower will be the iodine value. Like that you can remember. So how it will combine? So what for it will? So one thing you remember, this iodine value is there, no? IV iodine value always tells us the number of unsaturation in fat or oil. So this IV, greater the IV, greater the unsaturation in fat or oil. Like that you remember. Smaller the IV, smaller the unsaturation in fat and oil. So how it will tell this unsaturation? Let me give you the reaction and then I will tell you. Right. So see. So here my fat will be like this always, CH2CO, and here R group will be there, right? That is common because you have studied till now, right? So this is R. So if I write R like this, it will be like this, and here it will be having like this, right? So this is the R, big R group is there. So iodine means, so whenever unsaturation is there, this one iodine will be there, I2. So electrophilic substitution reaction, so it will be like, now iodine attacked here, one iodine left as I minus, right. So here this carbon will be having positive charge, so iodine having lone pairs, so neighboring group participation, so it will form iodonium ion like this. So it will form, iodine gets positive charge and it is iodonium ion. Here I minus is there, and this iodine will be having lone pairs, no doubt, right? So this iodine can't attack above because it is also having lone pairs, right? Lone pairs, because of which electron repulsion will be there. So what it will do, iodine will attack from below and this bond will be broken. So this, the above reaction is not possible, but below reaction is possible because no electron pair repulsion. So what I will get, I will get this product. So one iodine will be here and other iodine will be here. So whenever we have this halogens addition to alkene, right? So it is alkene and it is halogen. It is always trans addition. We will get trans addition. One will attack from above, one will attack from below, right? Here one has attacked from above, one has attacked from below. So trans addition it is, right? Trans addition. Why it is trans addition? That also I have explained, because of electron repulsion, right? So whenever I have this C here in R group, if there are more number of unsaturation, these double bonds are called unsaturated bond. Unsaturation, greater will the number of iodine required, right? So because of which I always tell, greater the iodine value, it means greater number of iodine has this oil and fat has consumed, means greater will be the unsaturation in that oil or fat, right? So iodine value always tell, where you take 100 gram of oil or fat and see how much grams of iodine it will absorb or combine, right? So greater the gram of iodine it absorbs, it means greater the value of greater the unsaturation. Smaller the iodine it consumes, so smaller will be the unsaturation. Like that you can remember, right? So let me give you one table here. So nice table I have here. So here I'll fat or I'll take, here I'll take saponification value or saponification number, and here I will have iodine number, right? So this is the table, just make like this. I'll keep on writing C here. So first I will take coconut oil, coconut fat, not oil, butter fat, right? Just to write below me, tallow, and this sunflower oil and linseed oil, right? And just see their value, respective value, saponification value. So saponification number you will see for this coconut fat it is 250 to 260, whereas for butter fat it is 210 to 230, and tallow it is 190 to 190 to 200. And for the sunflower oil is there, right? Sunflower oil it is 188 to 194, and linseed oil it is 187 to 195, right? So if you see coconut fat will be having greater this saponification number, and this linseed oil is having smaller saponification number, that is 187 to 195. So one which has greater saponification number means you should now able to tell. So I have told greater the saponification number, it means it has consumed more. See here, saponification number means 1 gram of oil or fat, or we can call sometimes ester, requires 168,000 milligrams of KH divided by molecular weight of fat or oil. So greater the, so this, if greater the saponification value of oil, smaller will be the molecular weight of it, right? Because both are inversely proportional from this equation, right? So see, both are inversely proportional. So smaller the molecular weight, greater will be the my this value, right? So this is how you remember, right? So if you see uh, saponification value of this is greater, so if its saponification value is greater, it means its molecular weight is very small. Molecular weight of this coconut fat is very small, means it, if you see its carbon chain length will be very small, so less carbon chain will be there, right? So if you see, whereas for this linseed oil if you see, its saponification value is very less, it means greater the molecular weight, it means greater the carbon chain, like that you remember, right? Equation everything I have explained above only. So this is my fat and oil, so saponification number. Now coming to this iodine value, though this is iodine number. So if you see, for same coconut oil, first one, its iodine number is 8 to 10, means unsaturation is very less, 8 to 10 number of unsaturations are there. For butter fat it is they have calculated 26 to 28, and for tallow it is 30 to 48, whereas for sunflower oil it is 140 to 156, and for this linseed oil it is 170 to 185, right? So it means linseed oil is there, right? So linseed oil is having more number of unsaturation, because of which its iodine value is more, whereas this coconut oil is having 8 to 10, it means very less number of unsaturation, so iodine value is less, like that you remember, right? So coming to linseed oil, so it will be having linseed R will be having more number of like unsaturation will be there. I don't know the exact structure, but unsaturation is more. So what for this unsaturation? So just you write it, linseed linseed oil is having more unsaturation. How did I tell? Based on greater the iodine value. So I saw this iodine value or iodine number, since it was greater, so I told it will be having greater unsaturation, because of which if you see in paint industry they will use this linseed oil. What for they use? Because this linseed oil is there, right? It is used as drying oil. So this is the application. So from these parameters we can see so many applications. So we use this in paint oil as drying oils, because it has greater unsaturation, so we always use linseed oil in paint industry. About drying oil everything I will explain it in next video, no doubt there you will get so too clear idea of it, right? So this is about my iodine value, right? Once we understand the iodine value, the last value, that is Rm value. Fourth one, it is Rm value. So what is this Rm value, right? So it is nothing but number of, just you write the definition, nothing much, number of milligram of n by 10 QOH. So what is this n by 10 means? 0.1 N of KOH normality, 0.1 normality of KOH, right? KOH solution required to neutralize the distillate of 5 gram of hydrolyzed fat or oil. So that is the definition. So no need to worry. So I hope you wrote the definition. Just I will tell you what they are going to tell. So what they will do, they contain this fat and oil, right? So it contains fat or oil. Let us see. Let us take it contains only oil, right? So what we do, from that we will take 5 gram of oil we will take, right? So this contains 5 gram of oil. Then what I will do, that I will do saponification now. NaOH I will do, that is water. So what I will get, glycerol I will get, G I will write glycerol, and 3 molecules of sodium salt of fatty acid I will get, O minus COR, right? So 3 molecules of fatty acid. Then what I will do, to this I will add acid, H2SO4. So what I'll get, I'll get fatty acid, RCO, ONA was there, now OH big. Like that I got 3 molecules of fatty acid, right? So this fatty acid is there, right? That I will neutralize, that I will neutralize using 0.1 normal KOH solution, right? So that value is nothing but my RM value. I hope you got it, right? So what they will tell, see here, number of milligrams of N by 10 KOH, that is 0.1 KOH required to neutralize distilled 0.5 gram of hydrolyzed fat. That is, I have fat, I will take 5 grams, that I will saponifize using NaOH. I will get sodium salt of fatty acid, then I will hydrolysis, so I will get fatty acid. That fatty acid I have, it has come from 5 grams of fats, right? So this fatty acid is there, right? That will be distilled and taken in a distillation, you know now, taken in a beaker. To that I will neutralize using this 0.1 KOH solution, right? So the value which I will get, that is nothing but my RM value, right? So this is the RM value. So what for we measure this RM value, right? So we measure this RM value of steam volatile fatty acid present in ester. It is used to check the purity of butter or ghee. So we measure this RM value to check the purity of butter or ghee, right? So it is measure of steam volatile fatty acid. So from that we'll find that whether the fatty acid is volatile or not. So from that we'll measure the purity of butter or ghee. So this is about my RM value, right? So what I hope you remember, first one is acid value, second one is saponification value, third one is iodine value, or so value, or you can write number, right? So nothing difference. And the fourth one is RM value, right? So in all the cases, so in acidic value we measure how much fatty acid there in the fats and oils, right? So if greater the acidic value, the fat is very impure, so its quality is not good because it contains more number of fatty acid, we, right? So that is how we will. Saponification value means how much milligrams of KOH required to saponifies 1 gram of like that, right? So if you see smaller the saponification value of any fat, its molecular weight will be very high, or if greater the saponification value, its molecular weight will be very low. So from saponification value we can tell whether the chain, carbon chain, is big or small. If saponification value is small, its molecular weight will be high, it means greater will be the number of carbon chain, like that we will tell, so based on saponification value. And iodine value we will see unsaturation. Greater the iodine value, greater will be the unsaturation, lesser the iodine value, lesser will be the unsaturation, right? For that. And RM value I have told it, we will see for this purity, right? And also iodine value, one more thing I forgot to tell. So one which is having less unsaturation, for example, in linseed oil was having more unsaturation, so its iodine value was more. But if I see this coconut fat, its unsaturation is very less, because of which iodine value is very less, right? Means this coconut fat doesn't contain any unsaturation, right? So because of which its iodine value is very less. So whenever those the compounds which are having lower this iodine value, so it will be r will be like this. So their structure will be very good. Means see here, since they doesn't contain any unsaturation, so they can be uh, very nicely crystallized. So most of them are fat, right? So see, if you see, this coconut is a fat. Coconut fat will be having less iodine value, whereas linseed oil we call, because it is having very high unsaturation. Because of that, its packing will not be that good. So here unsaturation comes, so that packing will not be good, because of which they will be oil, not solid. So because of unsaturation, what happens, their crystallinity will not be good, because of which melting point will be very low, so they will be oil. So linseed oil is there, linseed fat is not there, because it contains unsaturation. Whereas coconut fat is there, because this doesn't contain any unsaturation, all are saturated, because of which very crystal is very good, so its melting point will be high, so it will be solid, and we call it as fat, right? So that also I have told about physical property, right? So I hope you remember that, right? So one which has having more iodine value will have more unsaturation, and it will be oil, because of not good crystalline packing. Whereas one which is having less iodine value, it will be very solid, because of good crystalline. So, and it will be fat, like that you remember. So in next class let us see some more things. Till then, take care and have a great